Ethan Walker had lived in the quiet Oak Ridge Estates neighborhood for nearly 12 years. His home sat at the end of a peaceful cul-de-sac, where neighbors knew him as someone who respected every rule and kept his property in excellent condition before leaving on a week-long business trip. He locked his house, checked his security cameras, and expected everything to look exactly the same when he returned. The morning Ethan left town, life in the neighborhood appeared perfectly normal. Children rode bicycles down the sidewalks while landscapers trimmed hedges nearby. Ethan waved goodbye to a few neighbors, started his truck, and drove away without realizing that his empty driveway would soon become the center of an unexpected dispute. 2 days after Ethan left, Victoria Collins, the HOA president, drove slowly past his house during a routine neighborhood inspection. She stopped in front of the property and studied the driveway, convinced it extended farther than the community's original development plans allowed. Without contacting Ethan, she decided the county utility easement might be blocked. Instead of requesting the latest county property records, Victoria reviewed an outdated subdivision drawing stored in the HOA office. Believing it was accurate, she contacted a local contractor and asked for an estimate to expose the underground drainage line near Ethan's driveway before the next HOA meeting. The contractor explained that any excavation near a residential driveway normally required verified county permits and utility approval. Victoria insisted the HOA had the authority to proceed because she believed the driveway violated community plans. Trusting the information he had been given, the contractor scheduled the work for the following morning. Early the next morning, construction crews arrived while Ethan was still hundreds of miles away. Safety cones surrounded the driveway, and workers carefully prepared the area according to the instructions they had received. Curious neighbors watched from a distance as heavy equipment rolled into position. The crew carefully removed sections of the concrete driveway to expose the underground utility corridor. Throughout the work, they followed normal construction safety procedures, unaware that the project authorization itself would soon become the real issue. Pieces of concrete were stacked neatly beside the excavation. Several neighbors began asking why the driveway was being removed without the homeowner present. Victoria assured everyone that the HOA had reviewed the matter and that the work was necessary. Although some residents remained uncertain, the project continued as planned. One of Ethan's longtime neighbors remembered seeing county survey markers placed near the property only a few months earlier. Unsure whether the excavation matched the official records, he decided to call the county engineering office to verify the project before more work continued. Later that afternoon, County Inspector Robert Hayes received the inquiry and searched the official permit database. To his surprise, he found no active excavation permit associated with Ethan's address. Realizing the situation required immediate clarification, he scheduled a site visit for the very next morning. Early the next morning, Robert Hayes arrived at Ethan's property with 2 county engineering technicians. Before speaking to anyone, he photographed the excavation, documented the damaged driveway, and compared the location with the official county parcel maps stored on his inspection tablet. After reviewing the digital property records, Robert noticed that the driveway matched the approved county survey completed years earlier. The excavation area appeared to be entirely within Ethan's property boundary, raising immediate questions about who had authorized the work. Robert asked Mike Reynolds to provide copies of the project's permits and work authorization. Mike handed over the paperwork he had received from the HOA office, believing everything had been approved before construction began. Robert carefully reviewed every page before quietly asking a single question: "Where's the county excavation permit?" The construction crew looked at one another, realizing the paperwork contained HOA approval but no county authorization. Mike explained that he relied on the HOA's written instructions and believed all required approvals had already been obtained. Robert thanked him for cooperating and clarified that the county would verify the authorization before any additional work continued. Robert contacted the county permitting office to confirm the records one final time. Minutes later, the response was clear. No excavation permit had ever been issued for Ethan's driveway or the surrounding utility corridor. Robert instructed the construction crew to pause all excavation until the county completed its review. Mike immediately complied, shutting down the equipment and securing the work area according to standard safety procedures. Later that afternoon, Victoria Collins arrived expecting the excavation to be nearly complete. Instead, she found the equipment sitting idle and Robert Hayes waiting beside the county inspection vehicle with several official documents in hand. Robert politely explained that the county's records did not show an approved excavation permit for the project. He asked Victoria whether additional documentation existed that had not yet been provided during the inspection. Victoria searched through her folder but found only HOA correspondence and the outdated subdivision drawing she had relied upon. Robert calmly noted the discrepancy and informed everyone that the county would complete a formal review before any decisions were made. The following morning, Ethan returned home from his business trip and immediately noticed flashing safety lights at the end of his driveway. He parked along the curb, stepped out of his truck, and stared in disbelief at the large section of concrete that had been removed. Without making assumptions, he began taking photographs of everything exactly as he found it. Robert Hayes introduced himself and explained that the county had temporarily paused all construction while reviewing the project's authorization. Ethan appreciated the update and calmly shared that he had never received advance notice or given permission for work on his driveway. Ethan unlocked his home and retrieved a folder containing the property's closing documents, certified land survey, and county-approved site plan from when he purchased the house. Robert carefully compared each document with